Aloha guys, today I'm gonna talk about how tariffs affect the pizza market. It's not talking about, I'm not talking about actually pizza market, but just I'm taking an example of pizza. Yeah, so I'm gonna talk about how tariffs affect the market. So I have three graphs on the paper, and then at first we have to focus on small graph. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is how our pizza market, how our market looks like before any foreign competitor entered the market. So the small graph, we are now looking at the market price and quantities. So x-axis takes quantity or people, and y-axis takes price. And red line is our pizza markets, Pizza Hut's supply curve, and the green line is our demand curve. So when we look at this small graph, so here is our equilibrium price. So in the equilibrium price, $10 for per pizza is like 5 people can buy our market. That's why our total surplus is so how it is efficient. So we can calculate our consumers surplus and producer surplus. So consumer surplus is below the demand line and above the line, this line, which is actually intersect the equilibrium price. Yeah, this area is 20 to 10. Totally, it's a 10. The height is $10 and times 5 people. And it is triangle. That's why we have to divide the two, and totally $25. Same as our producer surplus, like below the line and above the supply curve, and height is $10, and its measures like 5 people, and 10 times 5 divided by 2, totally $25, and total surplus is 50. So remember, there is no any other competitor. That's why our total five customers only buy the Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut is our local producer. So local people buy only 5 people buy their pizzas. Yeah. So this is our first concept. So now let's turn to next step. This step is about how market will be affected by entering foreign competitor in the market. So let me move this paper a little bit. All right. So this is our graph. It's kind of it's actually 2 times bigger than the previous graph. Okay, now we have a foreign competitor, and they actually entered and they offered $6 their pizzas. That's why our equilibrium price was there the first time. Q1 equilibrium price is $10 for 5 people, but now it reduces the price $6 for 7 people. Yeah. So in this case, our new supply curve actually changed. Our supply curve changed. So from 0 to here, and this one to this is our new supply curve. This point is called the king, and this is our new equilibrium price. And our new equilibrium price, 7 people will be able to buy their pizzas at $6. So how is it efficient for us? So to do that, we have to calculate our consumer surplus and producer surplus. So our consumer surplus actually has gotten bigger in this case. So our consumer surplus is this area now. It is so bigger than the previous one, because the previous one was like this, 10 times 5, but now this time 20 minus 6, totally $14 height, and its width is 7. So $14 times 7 divided by 2, because it is triangle, and this is $49. So we have a so big consumer surplus because Domino offered a cheaper price per pizza. That's why many people like to pizza. They actually added the number of people added. The added number is like this, from here to here and here. Also, we can calculate this. To do that, like the previous consumer surplus was 25. We can just minus 49 minus 25. It is 4 and 24 bucks. This is actually 24 bucks. Because of entering Domino, the foreign competitor entered our market, and because of that, many people wanted to buy their pizzas because they offer cheaper. That's why our consumer surplus is getting bigger right now. So we have to calculate. So let me explain again what the consumer surplus is. Below the demand curve and under the line, this area is a consumer surplus. Okay, now we have to calculate producer surplus. Our producer surplus is below the line and above the supply curve. So this is actually our producer's surplus area. We can calculate this. Its height is 6, 0 to 6, and 3. 6 times 3 divided by 2, it's 9. So in this case, our total surplus is 49 plus 9 is 58. So the previous total surplus was $50 before Domino entered. Now it's 58 because Domino entered and they actually offered cheaper price. So in this case, we can conclude like entering foreign competitor or foreign producer in our market, it actually very useful for consumers. That's why consumer surplus is getting bigger. So now, in this case, Pizza Hut lost their Pizza Hut actually lost their producer surplus. Their producer surplus area, the lost producer surplus area is this area. This area. Yeah, we can calculate this. Um, it is actually $4 times 3 plus 2 times 4 divided by 2, and it's $12, and this is 8 divided by 2 is $4, and it's actually $16. There are actually $16 of producers surplus. They actually lost $16 producers surplus. This is very damaging for Pizza Hut. That's why Pizza Hut is our local producer, and they're gonna actually help from government. By the way, I need to explain a little more thing. Okay, this from 3 to 7, this is actually Domino's. The people are buying Domino's pizza. How many of them is like it's actually foreign, right? Foreign. It's totally 3 to 7 for consumers. But this area from 0 to this area is our domestic produce Pizza Hut's area. So 3 people, domestic or local. 3 people buy Pizza Hut's pizza, and 4 people buy Domino's pizza. It's very damaging for Pizza Hut. So for the government, maybe they have to help Pizza Hut. That's why in this case they will add tax. So our next thing is how tax affects our market. So before entering Domino, our total surplus was 50, but after entering Domino, our total surplus is 58. It's added 8 because they offer cheaper price of pizza. Okay, now we are going to next graph. So government, this is actually Domino's former price line at $6, but government added $2 tariff. That's why they need to add their price to 8. So in this case, our equilibrium price is over here. This is our new equilibrium price. This is Q2, this is Q1, the new equilibrium price, and our supply curve actually changed. Very changed. So our former supply curve, before Domino entering in the market, our former supply curve is this red line, but after Domino entered, our supply curve changed to from here to here, here to here. But now government added tax by $2. That's why maybe I need to use a different color. Okay, that's why this is our, it's actually orange color. Okay, this is our new demand curve. So now let's calculate how many people buy Domino's Pizza and how many people buy Pizza Hut. So this is Q3. It's at the 6. So 6 people will buy pizzas, but only 2 people buy This is actually foreign. Only 2 people buy Domino's Pizza, and 4 people buy Pizza Hut's pizza, local. Yeah, so it's actually very helpful for Pizza Hut because they complained government, and that's why government made the decision to add the $2 tariffs. That's why Domino's Pizza's price were added by $2. That's why they sell at $8. And then they lost their 2 customers, and Pizza Hut's customers added by 1. Okay, now how it is effective for the market. So we can calculate it. To do that, we have to calculate our consumer surplus and producer surplus. So let's determine our consumers surplus. So our consumer surplus is from here to here and there. This is our consumer surplus. To calculate this, we have to measure height. 20 minus 8, it's 12, times 6, and divide by 2, $36. Now, because of tariff, imposing tariff, the consumer surplus actually decreased. The previous imposing tariff, it was 49, but now it's 36. Okay, so now we have to find our producer surplus. Producer surplus is this area. So producer surplus. Okay, let's find our height. It is 8 times 4. Yeah, 4 divided by 2. This is $16 area. So our producer surplus actually increased by $7. Yeah, it's kind of helpful for Pizza Hut, but it is harming Domino. Yeah, Domino is harmed by the tariffs. So the most important thing now, we have to find our tariff. So here is the tariff area. Okay, this is our tariff area. Tariff is $2. Yeah, so we can calculate tariff. How much is it? $2 minus 2, and $4 area is actually tariff, and of course government imposes tariff, and this tariff is very helpful for government. The government earns $4. Yep, imposing tariff is helpful, or useful, or profitable for government. But there are 2 deadweight loss area left. So the area is this area and other area. So before imposing tariff, 7 people used to buy the pizzas, especially 4 of them buy Domino's Pizza, but the 7th people actually left the market. Actually, he or she doesn't want to buy the Domino's Pizza because they don't want to buy a pizza at $8. That's why they left the market. And also this is a half pizza area, like no one offers the half pizza to the consumers. That's why this is called by dead weight loss. Okay, the next, this area is also dead weight loss. So when we look at this, Pizza Hut is getting this way and Domino's getting this way, and at $8 maybe consumer of Pizza Hut will buy it, or Domino's consumer will buy it. But actually this gives us less efficient producer area. They don't want to produce at $8 a pizza, and if it produces but it's not good, because they need to add one more value, and then they will buy their pizzas. Yeah, so because of that, these two areas will burn, or we can consider them as a value distraction. So this is actually called less efficient producer, and this is for the consumer are living because of the higher price, and this is because of the like price, but it's not like inactive to produce a pizza. And actually they will produce a pizza, but they need a little bit more value or more dollars. That's why this area is called a less efficient producer. Yeah, so in this case our total surplus is 36. Total surplus is 36 plus 16. It's $50. Yep. So and finally, I think the tariff will destroy some of the value, but entering the foreign competitors in the market is affect the market to get bigger, but maybe losing whole market, and only the nation depends on the foreign competitors. Maybe they can play around adding price. That's why maybe tariffs are required. And I can't say tariff is good or bad. It depends on the situation. But in the like, international tariff rate is about above $4. But the trade war between China and the US is actually adding 25% of tariffs, but I think this is too much and very harming each shareholders or each country's producers and consumers. Anyways, the answer is just let the answer remain in your mind. Thank you for watching my video, my explanation.